researcher, educational leader in the great state of Arizona. So I wanted to definitely share this moment with each and every single one of you. I think it's time to actually share something that a lot of influencers are not sharing. And so what am I specifically getting to? What am I alluding to? Well, where is TikTok? Where is TikTok? It doesn't exist. It's no longer. It's something of the past now. It's history. It's history. And there's a lot of people that are absolutely uncertain. There's a lot of people that are actually losing it today. That's right, you heard me. Listen, no disrespect for those people that are going through a lot of things at this precise moment. I get it. Okay, I do. And I've researched it. I've seen the monstrosity of this beast of social media algorithms and how they have controlled us emotionally. They've taken away. We have paid the biggest price as consumers. We have paid the biggest price, especially as parents. We have paid the biggest price. Good morning. Great top of the morning. Again, for those that are watching, my name is Coach Frank Sagasa, educational leader, educational researcher here in the great state of Arizona. And I wanted to share this moment with each and every single one of you. So, 79% of people are scared. 69% are angry. And 68% are depressed. That's from a poll. Now, here is what saith Childmind Institute. Does social media use or cause depression? By Dr. Carolyn Miller. Here's what she said. Is using social media making our kids unhappy and cognitively distant? Evidence is mounting up when it comes to the link between social media, depression, and suicide. In several studies, teenagers and young adults users who spend more time on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok and other platforms were actually showing a substantial growth from 13 to now 79% higher since early 2022. Again, the question I had for people on my Facebook, and I might be the only person today that's actually talking about this. I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time or energy or effort scrolling or thumbing through YouTube to find other videos of educated individuals or influencers or content creators actually talking about this. But I will. I'll spend a few moments entertaining the actual thought. Because there is something that I have been saying for the last 5 years. Since 2020, since 2019, when ByteDance actually turned into, or Vines turned into ByteDance, or whatever the case may be. Needless to say, when TikTok evolved and became more of the 70 million user-friendly platform and generated massive attention, it was absolutely interesting to see how many people it affected. And I'm sorry, but it really has taken a toll. It has taken a toll both mentally, it has taken a toll emotionally, and it has taken an absolute toll in our reality. It really has. I posted a post on my Facebook and I said, if this is a great lesson, maybe more people should be today, now waking up and not having TikTok, spend more time in the gym, spend more time hiking, spend more time doing something for their neighbor, spending more time finding a different hobby. Like that right there is absolutely important. The list goes on. You can go to the library. You can find a new book. You can find a new language you want to learn. Like, there's no end. And I do have some compassion. I do have some empathy for those influencers and content creators that lost their stream of income. I get that. But there are other platforms like YouTube that have been around a lot longer than ByteDance and all the other ones combined. If I was 16 years old, including my daughter, if I was 16 years old or 17 or even 18, and even today, here I am 45 and I'm still learning more about AI. Why? Because if you are 16 and you're not spending an hour, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day learning more about the future of AI, then you're actually sitting back rotting. I know that's hard to believe, right? It's hard to consume and to digest and to swallow. You heard me. If I had any advice today, I would definitely advise individuals to learn more about AI. Here's why. Is because most businesses, small businesses, some moderately big businesses, will not spend that time. And so you become more valued. That's something you could do when you're not, again, thumbing through a TikTok video or wasting time. So there's a lot of different things that you could be doing rather than wasting time, energy, effort, and emotion on TikTok. For each and every single one of you commenting, thank you guys so much for popping in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Did you know about the TikTok ban? Yes, I absolutely knew about the TikTok ban, and I knew it was coming. And it's unfortunate, but it's the reality. I lost 5,000 followers. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? The life goes on, as my wife would say. So what? You lose 5,000 followers, you lose 1,000,000 followers. So what? Life goes on. Okay? If I were to set my mindset and my emotion based off of TikTok, then yeah, I might be a little upset. Oh, I would be a little distraught. I would probably fit in the same category of statistics. I would still fit in that area, but I don't. Why? Because I set my mindset several years ago. Even if Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media platform left and I wasn't able to share my voice, I would use my journal, which I still use today. I would use my blog. Even if Google and all the blogs went down, so what? I would use paper and pencil and I would still write down my voice. For my children and my children's children and many others that want to read my journals again, there is always an answer. My dad, my stepfather, used to say, where there's a problem, there's always an answer. You just have to find it. If there's anything I ever took away from my stepfather, it was that particular, I guess, quote, motto, statement. And he's actually very true. God rest his soul. He's absolutely correct. There's a problem. There's a crisis. There's a mental health crisis. And I just read to you the research from Child Mind Institute. And that's ranging between 5 years old to 19. So they're still categorizing a 19-year-old being a child. Probably because they have child tendencies, they have child behaviors, they're immature in many areas. But there's a factor going on. There's an actual reality that there is a mental health crisis in America. And it's affecting our teens. And I'm absolutely happy that Florida is the only state in the union that has banned phones from schools. My wife and I have gotten in good discussions, good logical and reasonable discussions based on phones. I have heard from my own daughter who attends a different high school. They have become a problem. And we, as parents, gave it to them too early. I'll attest, I'll take full responsibility. I thank God that my children have a good mindset, but if they didn't, if they were truly, genuinely engulfed by all the crap, all the trash that's on social media today, man, I'd be sitting here having to actually spend more time fixing my daughter or fixing my sons or fixing myself and my wife. Of course, every day is a day of work, both mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. It is, no doubt. But I wanted to share this, again, for those of you that do know me, and for those that don't, My name is Coach Frank Sagasa, educational researcher, educational leader in the great state of Arizona. And I'm going to give you just 3 sites that I do a lot of my research on. So number 1 is the Pew Center for Research. I use the Pew Research Center for a lot of information. Okay. 2, Google Scholars. I typically will go on Google Scholar. Yeah, that's right. You can go to Google, type in Scholar at the very bottom, and you'll get an array of articles, research that you can use. And then 3, I happen to use Harvard University or Stanford University in their psychology department. And then last but not least, bonus, is the Child Mind Institute. That's where I get a lot of my research from. Of course, outside of the books that I have in my home and the great teachers and professors, I'm absolutely happy and thankful for them. I challenge you today, for those that are going through so much right now, anxiety, anger, frustration, emotion, because TikTok is not around. I challenge you to find a different hobby today, to find something that you can do that brings a reciprocity back to you. And for those that don't know what reciprocity, it's a benefit. There's a benefit back, appreciation back to yourself when you do something for somebody else or for yourself. Go on a hike. Think about the reciprocity in your health and your mental health, as well as in your physical health. A reciprocity of going back to the gym, same thing, just different environment. But a hike, your lustrous eyes is in sync with God's beautiful, wonderful array of mountains, of terrain. There's so much that goes into a good hike. So I want to challenge you guys with that, okay? If you're a content creator and you lost your stream of income, I would say find another one. Be creative. As you were creative with TikTok, be creative in YouTube or in Facebook or any other platform that you can actually dabble with, okay? I would also suggest or recommend a book. Yes, picking up a book. So here's one that I finished this year. The year's not up, so I have 2 more that I'm working on. And these 2 books are going to go into February because this month's just about over. And I finished this one, but I have not finished this one. So this one, the size is the same as the 2 books that I finished this year. So of course, obviously, okay, this is a good book. And then this one that a friend gave to me that I will start in February. So this one, as well as this one, will be done in February. Again, challenging yourself. I think it's equally important to be challenged. And I know challenge could be, challenge can be hard. It could be a struggle. But a great teacher by the name of Frederick Douglass said, there is no progress without struggle. You have to have struggle. Blessings to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you so much again for spending a few minutes with me. And I look forward to being with you guys again. If the creek, Lord willing, if the creek don't rise next Friday or next Sunday, and utilizing this platform to share again some content when it comes to leadership, when it comes to business, when it comes to actually a good, proper mindset and attitude. Be blessed.